Hi, this is Thomas with Believe in the Run.
This is Robbie with Believe in the Run.
Robbie, we are talking about a new shoe from Satisfy. What's it called?
TheROCKER.
I'm going to tell you right off the bat, Robbie, we see a lot of the apparel brands try to break into the shoe market, and a lot of times their first shoe is like a nice try. This is by far the best entry shoe from an apparel brand that I've ever seen. And I'm going back all the way to like Under Armour days. Like, this is a really good shoe entering the market.
I mean, they put a lot of time and effort into this shoe. I think they tested it over a year and a half with 8 different iterations, 8 prototypes, which is a lot for a shoe. They tapped into a design agency called Forms, who had done the Salomon S-Lab Ultra Glide. They also did pretty much all the Arc'teryx trail shoes right now. And so there's like some high level expertise there. There are very limited samples in sizes, so I think you are one of the few people, I don't have it either. So
yeah. As a matter of fact,
this is just you for this
It's
review.
a size 10 and it actually changed. I go 10 and a half in my road shoes, but I'm probably like a 10, 10 and a half. And this changed my whole idea because I wore it out on the trails and it's size 10 and it's a little snugger. And I just loved it on the downhills and stuff like that. Having that really nice tighter fit worked out for me. So I really like the fit.
You can probably tell from what it looks like in the bottom, and you may have even seen this in some other things. There's a lot of inspiration taken from RC cars, monster trucks, that type of thing. Brees, the founder of Satisfy, is very into it. So there's a lot of things, and we'll get into that, I guess.
We got all sorts of fancy names for some of this stuff. We got this ripstop nylon that's called
the Rippy 66.
Yes.
Yeah.
Rippy 66 upper. You've got a nice little toe bumper up here for, protecting those toes. Off-centered lacing, a kind of really wide butterfly style tongue. It's not gusseted, but it's pretty wide. It covers a lot of space. The offsetting lacing, it didn't bother me. I don't know what it provided, maybe a little better fit over the top, but I didn't really notice like anything about it, so I guess it's not bad.
Yeah, and this nylon 66 is the material used. It is obviously abrasion resistant. It's a single unit mesh. You also have this toe bumper here, and the visual design is supposed to look like the Andy Warhol's banana on the Velvet Underground and Nico album. And so, which, maybe not. I don't know. I like the thought. It's cool.
Yeah, the
it
fact
is called
that much detail is put into the shoe and thoughtfulness, I really do appreciate that. Coming into the shoe, you have sort of a minimal, just padded heel counter here. This did cause one little problem for me on one run. I didn't notice it on another run. It was a particularly hot and humid run. I was getting a lot of sweat. My socks were wet. And I was also wearing a sock that was a little bit on the thinner side.
Okay.
But I got some rubbing on the back here on my heel that really started bothering me at the end of the run. It was about a 7-mile trail run. And it was starting to give me a little rubbing. But it only happened on one run and on one foot. So I'm not sure if it was a situational rather than dispositional flaw with the shoe, but at that particular time I have to mention it.
It seems like it is a little bit more rigid back here, but yeah, so I could see that. Tell me about this collar, which seems a little bit, there's not much structure there. It's very, very thin.
It's kind of like that faux suede thing. Right. It's unnoticeable. I always wear like a 3/4 sock or like I guess the modern crew length is what I wear. I had no issues with that.
Okay, and then it has this offset like pull tab.
All right, Robbie, for my size 10 and a half, this guy weighs 10.2 ounces or 290 grams. I'm guessing since they're from France, they'll probably just go with the grams, so 290 grams. And then let's get into the midsole. We've got the Euphoria. It's a mixture of?
So it's a PEBA and EVA blend. So we've seen this in plenty of shoes in the past. It has that resilience combined with more energy return. So it's the best of both worlds, especially on the trails. We've seen people try to use the super foams on the trails. I just don't think it works. I think you really, even with shoes like the Nike and the Ultrafly, they have to really corral it in with that carrier wrap around the midsole. And so I think most brands are just balancing it out with the EVA PEBA blend.
And this has a really nice feel underfoot. You get that nice squish. It really does it doesn't interfere with your feeling on the trail. So you're still getting that proprioception from running over the rocks and the roots and the ground. You still feel like you're part of the environment, but you feel like you're riding on a cushioned air above it. So it's really good. And like if I try to flex this shoe, it doesn't look that flexible. Surprisingly, on foot, it feels a lot more flexible. So I was actually, when I was just going to try to bend it, and I was like, wow, this feels really rigid. On the trail, Robbie, like it feels smooth, and it feels like you get a nice like flex in it. And maybe that's the rocker shape, but I felt like this shoe was a nice combination of cushioning and ground feel that works on the trail.
And yeah, they use like a 3D printed mold that basically a compression mold, so you get these dimples on the side. It's a very tire off-roading type of look. And so, okay, underfoot feels good. What about this outsole, which is what they call Vibram Tunelug, but really it's just
Mega Grip
with light base.
I was a little worried about this.
Yeah, I mean, I can understand why. It's a very unique design that maybe...
I looked at it, I thought it was going to feel like a cleat. I felt like I was going to feel like those bumps and almost like, again, like a soccer boot or something like that with all these lugs. It's actually quite smooth and grippy and worked well, not only on the trails, but on road sections that I had. It didn't feel that bad. And as a matter of fact, there's 2 road sections in the trails that I like to run on in Patapsco. One is kind of like a cut through underneath of a bridge, and the next one is about a mile worth of running on, well, running I'll put in quotes, up Gun Road. Even though it's full coverage, Vibram Mega Grip, this felt fine on the road. And I know that they wanted to have a shoe that was sort of like road to trail, introductory trail running even, but could handle more technical stuff.
Yeah.
And I think they kind of nailed it.
Yeah, I mean, they are 5mm lugs, so it's somewhat deep, but because the lugs have that flat surface underneath, where you'll see a lot of lugs that have a more rigid geometric shape, they do offer more surface area to land on. I imagine it probably doesn't feel so bad.
It's like a bed of nails, you know? If enough are there, you're not feeling impaled.
Yeah, okay. Take it.
Again, the shoe kind of has a normal width in the toe. They've brought the width in the heel out a little wider. So it has a pretty stable feel. I don't think I had any twisted ankles in this on the trail at all.
So the one thing they did do is, on the outsole, it is wide, fairly wide in the heel, but the actual fit of the upper, it's a D last in the heel and an E in the forefoot. So they have that more narrow fit in the heel, then widened it up. So they wanted to make sure you have that lockdown in the heel and then a little bit more room in the forefoot. So.
And it worked.
Yeah.
So overall, the experience in the shoe, it handled everything from the rocks and roots, wet rock crossings, road, packed dirt. I felt like I was pretty confident on all surfaces. I really enjoyed the miles in this shoe. It's a really nice entry into the market.
If there are any improvements that you'd maybe like to see in the next version, because I'm sure there will be another version.
Well, we were just out at Western States, and I don't know that this is a shoe I'd want for that really long distance. I think it's great for those 7-mile trail runs and some of the 10-mile trail runs, and maybe if you're efficient and light, you could go further. For me, I'd probably start wanting to work more towards like one of the shoes that I've been trying out is a Prodigio Pro from La Sportiva. That one feels like I could go a lot further. If I was going race day, maybe the Norda, would go with the Norda 005. So this kind of has more of to me, it is going to be that shoe that's going to introduce maybe road runners to trail running.
I mean, that's basically what they said they wanted to do with the literally, I think that's the first page in this deck. It says, satisfies gateway to a broader audience, luring road runners onto the trails with unmatched comfort, performance, and iconic design. So yeah.
Okay, so you nailed it. I didn't read that part, but you got it right. It's an entry-level drug for us road runners to get out in the trail. It feels very accessible. It feels familiar. It's fun to run in. The cushioning is right.
And I'm not sure if this price point is going to change. It's $280. At least that was the announced price point. And was supposed to come out July 1st. I think it's coming. I honestly don't even have the official date, but we'll put it in the description once we get it. So $280 for this shoe is, I feel like I know we're at
Don't
this.
say
it. I know we're at this
it.
like place in time where it's like price of shoes seems so like we just gave up on them. So $280 seems normal. I mean, less than
you're gonna get shit on
less
for that.
than I would think for I would say not normal, but for a Satisfy shoe, I'm surprised it's not $350.
Right, it is Satisfy. You are paying for part of the brand, part of the product. I do feel like they made a really nice job putting the details into this shoe. The box it comes in is a whole production. You are buying a bit of the brand when you pay for the price of the shoe.
Yeah, so I mean, we're talking Norda's at $320 now, I think. You got the Speedland shoes that are basically $280, I think, with carbon plate. It's over $300. So yeah, I mean, this is just right in that same range.
Yeah, I did see a guy on Instagram complaining about the fact that trail was accessible to everybody, and the people that normally run trail are mid-packers, and they're, these prices and stuff are getting nuts, and, exclusion to the trails. There are other options for you. Get the
Saucony Exodus Ultra 4 for much more, or the 3 at a much cheaper price point on sale, and you're good.
Yeah.
So, you don't have to buy it. It's fine.
You might have someone in a full gear Satisfy snickering at you, but
I'm sure everyone's laughing at them. So yeah.
Yeah. All right. As a product, regardless of price or whatever, they did a really nice job bringing a new product to market from Satisfy. I'm impressed. A lot of times we are in love with a apparel brand and we're like, oh, you're great, and they come out with a shoe and we're like, oh, this is awkward. But this time,
I could think of a couple.
Yeah. All right, Robbie. So let's go over the form, fit, and function.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
For form, I'm going to give it a 4. Overall, I thought it looks great. I kind of like some of the fun colors that are coming out later over just this plain simple gray. I like the gray, but they have some really neat colors coming in that I really like. Overall looks, I think it's really nice. The platform's nice, geometry's nice. And then for fit, that's the area where I'm also giving it a 4, but I did go down a half size, and I'm giving it a little bit of knock for the rubbing on the heel here. It could be something to watch out for. I think that might be an area where some people are gonna have issues. Function overall, I think it nails the function that it's going after. So I'm gonna give it a 4 there as well. I wasn't ready to hand out a 5 on this, but I think it's right there. So overall, that's a green light with a score of 12. If you want more information, Robbie's done a great write-up on the shoe when it first came out. You can check that out online at believeintherun.com. Also, we're gonna get this to Taylor. He's gonna do a full review, and since he pretty much tries every trail shoe, it'll be like really in depth, I hope. Otherwise, go ahead, like this video, subscribe to the channel, and
make sure you follow the Dirt Division on Instagram.
That's a good idea.
Stick around for all of Taylor's trail reviews. This is a one-off. Usually you don't do most of the trail reviews, but every once in a while we'll pop in for one. And make sure you check out all our other videos. We will have a best road running shoes video up of 2025. Maybe it's already up or it's coming soon. And then we'll also have plenty of other reviews coming. Make sure you listen to our podcast, The Drop, Fuel for the Soul, and the Dirt Division episodes where we will talk to some of the best trail runners in the sport.
Additionally, if you do like trails, and I'm guessing that's why you're here, you should check out our recap of Western States this year. No Sleep Till Auburn.
Yeah, Carl did an awesome job with that.
Yeah, it's a beautiful video. It's probably unbiased, I'd say, the best Western States video that's ever been done.
It might win an Oscar.
Yeah, we are putting it up for a ESPY too.
Yeah.
So who knows? You could be watching the future. Anyway, check that out. We'll put that in our suggested video right up somewhere here or something like that. And hey, have a good day.